And that sets the debate of double-speak this evening on the Sunday edition of the 9 p.m. Brajesh Kallappa, spokesperson of the Congress. Rashni Kher, founder member, Roots in Kashmir. Colonel Anil Kaul, joining us from Delhi. Good evening to all of you gentlemen. We also say good evening to Firdaus Tak, member, Legislative Council of the PDP, and Sheshadri Chari, member, National Executive and convener, Foreign Affairs Cell of the BJP. The first question is to the PDP and the BJP this evening. And Mr. Sheshadri Chari, I'd like to begin with you. What is common, what is minimum about this program? And where is the good governance?
No, there is a common minimum program, no doubt about it. But we should also realize that common minimum program is not an alternative to the manifestos. Both the parties have their own respective manifestos. And we obviously do not agree with all the points of the manifestos of one another. Therefore, we have a common minimum program. But we should also know one thing. Like in any other field of activity, in politics also, sometimes we take a right decision for wrong reasons. We take a wrong decision for right reasons. But
so you believe, Sheshadri Chari, that the BJP now supports the release of Masarat Alam?
With PDP. No, we don't. We don't support.
So you don't support?
We don't support at all.
Sir, in the last 7 days, Firdaus Tak, how is this alliance going to work then? Because both of you are pulling the carts in different directions. The PDP says you had the buy-in. The PDP says the PDP had the buy-in of the BJP. The BJP on record today says no, we don't support this decision.
No. No, this particular decision we have not supported.
But they say that they had you on board. Sheshadri Chari, they say
on record.
Sir, you just heard what Naeem Akhtar told Times Now. They said no, PDP, the BJP has the support. BJP has supported the decision made by the Chief Minister.
They have. No, we have not supported. We have categorically said that this decision has not been supported by us. As I told you earlier, there are some right decisions, but for the wrong reasons. There are some decisions which are wrong, but for the right reasons. To form a government with PDP was a very right decision, but for wrong reasons. I think both the PDP and the BJP will have to rethink. Most importantly, the PDP will have to rethink about this relationship if they really want to go ahead with development project.
Sir, increasingly, with all due respect, Mr. Chari, it is looking like it was a decision, it was a wrong decision made for all the wrong reasons, because the way PDP is dragging the cart in 7 days, it doesn't look like it's going to last for long. Mr. Firdaus Tak, the BJP on record today has said that it does not support this decision. Then how is it that Mr. Naeem Akhtar told Times Now that the BJP's buy-in has already been sought when they made this decision?
There are two aspects of the thing. One, I will be dealing with both the aspects if I am given the time to speak. One is that the release of Masarat Alam, under what circumstances he has been released, and who is Masarat Alam, by the way. There are around a dozen of cases in which Masarat Alam has been booked, and he is facing trial before various courts in Kashmir and in Jammu. The law of the land says that jail is an exception and bail is a rule. The entire country is in consensus that a rape accused should be hanged, but law does not permit that. The law permits that a rape accused has to be booked, he has to be tried, and he has to be given imprisonment for maximum 10 years.
But the consensus is that a man who is responsible for the death of 112 people, sir, does not deserve to be out free. He deserves to be behind bars.
That is what a perception may be. But what the law says, a person
you're trying to say that what happened in 2010, that the man who instigated the stone pelting that resulted in the death of 112 people, with all due respect, Mr. Tak, and who's been spewing venom against the very democratic system which the PDP is part of, and because of which it is ruling in Jammu and Kashmir today.
Put my perspective.
Yes.
If you are not allowing me to speak, I can't put my perspective.
Yes, Mr. Tak.
The law says that a man who is accused of a criminal offence has to be tried before a competent court, and if found guilty, he has to be put behind bars. Under no circumstances a preventive custody has to be dealt as par with the life imprisonment. If Masarat Alam is involved in any cases, he is being tried, he has been bailed out by the competent court. Now, with regard to his preventive custody, I don't know why BJP is in defensive of this particular thing.
Mr. Tak,
gentleman has been booked.
Mr. Tak, before I get the Congress and some of the other panelists in.
Kindly, let me complete, please.
No.
Kindly, if you are not allowing me to speak,
I will allow you to complete, sir. I will allow you to complete.
The gentleman has.
Please take a listen to.
Has been booked. The gentleman has been booked 7 times under PSA.
First off, I take exception to calling Masarat Alam a gentleman. Please call him Masarat Alam, and because we will call him a traitor. Please don't call him a gentleman. Now, the second thing, Mr. Tak, with all due respect,
don't try to read between the lines. Don't try to read between the lines.
No,
my
Tak,
concern is.
Mr. Tak, Mr. Tak, my concern is before you address the second point, my concern is you are saying I don't know why the BJP has an issue with it today. But fact is, your own leader said that the BJP has no issue with it today. So who is lying and who is speaking the truth?
I am saying if
who is lying and who is speaking the truth?
You are carrying a media trial. Governments are not running.
No, sir, I am not carrying any media trial. I just want to understand, Mr. Tak, who is lying between the PDP and the BJP, sir? Who is lying between and who is speaking the truth?
You are not allowing me.
No, I am asking you a straight, simple question. Did you have the BJP's buy-in?
Don't try to serve half.
No, sir. We will get into the details in just a minute. I just want a small technical clarity before you took the decision to release Masarat Alam, because our government is an alliance, PDP and the BJP. So did you have the BJP's buy-in? Did you consult the BJP when you took this decision? That's the question, sir. Because the BJP says we were not consulted.
If you want to hear. If you want to hear want me to answer it yes and no, I can't. Please allow me just a little bit of time. I won't take much of the time. The question is, the Masarat Alam issue should not be an issue itself, because there is an apex court direction and the state government has followed an apex court direction. It has just coincided with the directive of the Honorable Chief Minister to release the political
No, Jana, what I'm asking you, sir, is was the Deputy Chief Minister aware that the Chief Minister is taking this decision? Was the Deputy
whether the BJP is on board or not, this issue I can't answer it, because I am representing my party. The perspective of the government has been dealt with by the cabinet minister. He has stated on camera that BJP is.
Is it the perspective of the
second point? Kindly, BJP and PDP has formulated a common agenda.
Correct.
One of the point in the common agenda, common minimum program, is reconciliation.
No, reconciliation is a point. But releasing Masarat Alam is not part of the common minimum program. So, and secondly, if it is, my final question to you, and I'm just going to request you to give me an answer to this. Is the government in Jammu and Kashmir an alliance between the PDP and the BJP, Mr. Tak? Yes or no? I think the answer everybody knows, yes. Now, so should the BJP also have been consulted when you took a decision to release a man who's charged or who's blamed of killing 112 people because of a stone pelting incident in 2010 that he instigated and masterminded?
There are around 60 police personnel involved in the killing of the innocent 120 persons, 120 youth in Kashmir. Nobody is speaking for them. Nobody has seen.
So bring them to book. Charge them. File cases against them. Bring them to book, sir. Don't take the other way around that you want to release somebody. No. Do you want to release somebody who is a hate monger, who's in the past has got the pro and track record, rather than filing charges and fresh charges and cases to ensure that this man does not create further trouble? Why is the PDP so overtly ardent in letting him go?
Quote me one law of the land. I am a lawyer myself. Just say there is one law implemented in entire India where a person has to be condemned unheard. A person has to be languished behind bar even if he is not.
Correct. So why are you condemning the BJP without hearing them? Why are you condemning the BJP without hearing them? The same logic applies to your partnership with the BJP, sir. Why haven't you consulted them before you took such a decision like this? That's my question.
Sorry, Anand.
Yes, Brajesh.
I'm sorry, Anand. I think you're putting words in his mouth.
Yes, Brajesh.
He has clearly said that the BJP is on board. Anand, I think he has clearly said that the BJP is on board. He has mentioned that Mr. Naeem
BJP
Akhtar is a member of the cabinet and he is in the know that the BJP has been on board. And this spokesperson is merely representing the party. Mr. Naeem Akhtar's word should carry more weight. And I think he is speaking for the government and not either Mr. Chari or the PDP spokesperson. I think and Mr. Naeem Akhtar has made it clear that the BJP is on board.
Okay, Brajesh.
So I don't know why you want to.
Yes, Firdaus, before I go across to Rashni Kher and Colonel Kaur.
Why should, by the way, Congress have a problem on this? Why should Congress have a problem on this?
Answer, Brajesh Kalapa.
No, whether
fair
we
question.
have a problem on this or not, I'll explain, sir. I'll explain.
No, you have to explain.
The first thing I'd like
because
to say
when
is
you were part of an alliance,
says,
when you were part of an alliance in Jammu and Kashmir with PDP, we have released every separatist leader, including Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani at that time.
Please,
you had no issue at that time.
After that, you can rebut me. After I make my point, you can rebut me.
Yes, I want. I really want to hear you. Why do you have a problem on this?
That in 1989, when Mr. Sayeed, who was then the Home Minister, released for that 5 prisoners, 5 militants be released. At that time, the BJP
don't try
was
to dig the
supporting the
grave.
VP government.
Don't do that.
Again in 1999,
if you are on to
again in 1999, the Vajpayee government released three terrorists.
Don't try to do that.
Released 3 terrorists.
Don't try to do that.
Ahmad Zargar,
don't level any kind of allegation on this character
and
of
Ahmad
Mr.
Umar
Brajesh Kalapa.
Again.
Brajesh Kalapa. You know, this is what the Congress does.
Don't try to do that.
The problem with the Congress, Brajesh Kalapa, before I go across to Rashni Kher and Colonel Kaur, Brajesh Kalapa, coming back to you in a bit. The problem with the Congress is every time you point fingers at the BJP or any other party, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you, and Firdaus Tuck is right. Brajesh Kalapa, please wait on. Firdaus Tuck is right. Because when you had an alliance with the PDP there, you yourself allowed the release of separatists at that time. So how can you sing a different tune now? And there is more, sir. There is more with Masarat Alam also when you were in government with the National Conference. I'll come to you in a bit. Rashni Kher. Yes, Rashni Kher. Yes, Rashni Kher.
You see, we are opening a can of worms here because Firdaus Tuck is very clearly saying when we were with Congress, we have released many separatists. That included Bitta Karate, that included Yasin Malik, that included Gilani, that includes hundreds of people who were known for subversion, who were traitors and anti-nationals. 1. 2. Whether BJP was on board or not, I do not care what Naeem Akhtar says today. But let me tell you this, because if there is a Public Safety Act and Firdaus, can you allow me to speak, Mr. Tuck?
No, this is Brajesh Kalapa. Rashni, wait on. That was a Congress intervening. Firdaus Tuck, wait on. Rashni Kher does not have the video. He misunderstood the audio. Yes, Rashni. Yes, Rashni, go on. Yes, Rashni, go on.
Brajesh, please allow me to speak.
Yeah, please.
Okay, then today, if you have to release such people as Masarat Alam, let me tell you this, Anand, that it takes clearances. There are almost 10 different intelligence and security agencies from whom clearances have to be taken. What Firdaus Tuck is saying is partly true, that there is a court process involved. But in such cases, you have to go to the agencies, take security clearances. There have to be political clearances. So it cannot happen that another party in the alliance, which is BJP, was completely unaware. If that was the case, then they are politically naive. 1. Also, we have to take into consideration who the man Masarat Alam is. When he is saying, why should we worry about Masarat Alam? The man is not a political prisoner. Please, for God's sake, stop using words and, mobilizing public opinion on this. The man had a 10 lakh rupees award. Have you ever heard of a political prisoner having 10 lakh rupees award on his head? It took 4 months of police network to arrest this man, and after great difficulty, the Jammu and Kashmir police arrested him. Let us not forget the efforts of all those police officers and army officers who laid a net to arrest this man. He is a traitor. He is a mobster at best. If you don't want to call him a terrorist, it's your problem, but he is a mobster at best. So, Mr. Firdaus Tuck, please don't mislead people. Also, I have a word for BJP, that the sooner you get rid of this PDP, who are basically separatists, it will be better for your own good and for your political capital.
The problem with the people like you is that by sitting in New Delhi in a comfortable atmosphere, you try to project yourself as an Kashmiri
I am in New Delhi because people like you threw me out of my home. I am in New Delhi because you are separatists to core. I am in New Delhi because you burnt my house. I am in New Delhi because you people support separatists. You are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Firdaus Taq, don't talk nonsense to us. Firdaus Taq, you are a separatist. Don't talk nonsense to me. Don't talk nonsense to me. You are separatists by the day, separatists by the night.
Firdaus Taq, Rashni Khair. Firdaus Taq, Firdaus Taq, Rashni Khair. Firdaus Taq, Rashni Khair. Hold on. This is not.
You drove me out of
There is a point what Rashnik makes.
Another person he is speaking.
Firdaus Taq, I am going to come in. I am going across to Colonel Call because I want him to tell. I want him to tell the viewers today what a retired army person feels when this is what happens. When a government that is given a mandate to uphold the democratic process bats for Pakistan, bats for militants, and then decides to release a man who's got the death of 112 people back in 2010 over him. Colonel Call.
Anand, for starters, I'd like to specify that besides being an army man, I also belong to that state. I have my roots going back to the 11th century, when such Johnny-come-latelys like Mr. Taq never even, or his ancestors never even existed. The point at issue is this script written in Srinagar, or is it another make somewhere else, not make in India? That's my take.
Very unfortunate.
Number one. Number
Very
two,
unfortunate.
the power play is so evident. By releasing separatists or whoever these chaps, again, this is a dichotomy. And I think Brajesh also mentioned something, I think he nodded his head in saying they are not terrorists. This is the dichotomy that you are declaring one chap as a terrorist and the other chap as a militant. There is no difference between these chaps. Whether they take the gun or they direct operations with the gun, they are all the same. Then, taking on Mr. Taq, on his question of law, does the law permit you to gather a mob and throw stones at the elected representative of that time or the constituted state authority? What does the law say? Well, if you do that, then you face the law. So you go into the jug. If you go into the jug, then you face trial. Now, to release a chap who has been inside under PSA, obviously somebody must have used his head, and then to release him without giving any reason, I think it is just playing to the gallery. And as far as a soldier is concerned, he is doing his duty. And I would like to draw an analogy here. You are calling him a political prisoner. Then why are soldiers called prisoner of war? We are also political prisoners because we fight a war based on politicians like Mr. Taq. Now, if that is so, then there is something wrong somewhere. Mr. Sayeed has made a mistake. If half the world is saying you're wrong, there must be something wrong. And at last word, I refuse to accept this pro-Azadi business. What is there in this pro-Azadi thing? You guys are still wanting to pro-Azadi? The guys across the border are not interested in you. Let's be very clear about it. Whatever your worth is coming from India, your railways, your roadways, your network, your IT, everything is available from India for the last 67 years. Honest taxpayers' money has gone into that state, into my state. And what is it? It's a state of chaos. And that's thanks to people like Mr. Taq. That's a soldier's view of it.
Well, and a Kashmiri's view of this, Mr. Taq, that it's a state of chaos and the promise of good governance was what was made by the PDP and the BJP. So where is that promise now? That's the question, sir. And welcome back. Right decision for the wrong reasons, says the BJP. On the platform of good governance was this alliance sealed with the PDP, Sheshadri Chari. So has the BJP now resigned to playing second fiddle? Have you decided to allow the PDP to get away with whatever they want to do, even release a terrorist, a traitor like Masarat Alam, responsible for the death of 112 people back in 2010, because you believe it's a right decision for the wrong reasons?
No, I said we have made a wrong decision for the right reason. The reason for which we formed government with PDP was development of Jammu and Kashmir. The reason why we formed was for what the earlier government could not do after the devastating floods. What was important was the reconstruction of Jammu and Kashmir. What was
where is that in the first 7 days from the Chief Minister, sir? There is no talk of that for the first 7 days from the Chief Minister.
Unfortunately, let me complete, please. Unfortunately, the PDP has made a sequence of wrong decisions right from day one. The way they thanked the Pakistani government, the way they thanked people from across the border, the way Mufti Mohammad Sayeed thanked the separatists, he has laid a very different path, and we are not ready to walk with the BJP on that path. Have I made myself clear?
So what next? You're not ready to walk, but they have said you got no choice but to grin and bear it. So are you going to walk out, sir? Is that what you're telling the PDP, that you will walk out if this continues?
No. We can make the PDP walk on the path of development. I think the PDP will have to make a comeback.
That will
they
never
have
happen.
To take a U-turn from what they are doing and come and walk with us on the path of development if they want development, economic development of Jammu and Kashmir.
Mr. Firdaus Tak, are the hopes of the BJP misplaced? Are they hoping that you will come around? They are hoping you will come around. Will you? Coming to you, Brajesh Kallappa.
PDP is very much clear on it, as far as my party stand goes, that development and prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir is not possible without peace and reconciliation.
So you decide to get a man released who creates unrest in the valley. Who instigates mobs. Within 7 days of the Chief Minister taking charge, you have separatists holding rallies. What they said, that there is a situation of normalcy, there is unrest again. So is that what peace means to you, sir?
The unfortunate part is that a person like me, who takes oath of Indian Constitution out of conviction, who claims himself to be a nationalist, has to explain every time and has to swear by Quran and by Allah every time that I am a nationalist. Kindly, Mr. Cole and Mr. another my
Colonel Cole, if you don't mind, Mr. Tak, I am not Mr. Cole.
You have to draw a line.
I am not Mr. Cole.
You have to draw a line.
I am not Mr. Cole, Tak. I am Colonel Cole.
Cole. You have to draw a line.
Your actions don't show that you are a nationalist.
You have to.
Your actions are quite contrary to a nationalist.
You have to do it. You have to walk the talk.
Your actions are quite contrary to the actions of a nationalist.
You have to walk the talk.
Hate mongering and war.
Come on.
You have to walk the talk. You are the ones who do the hate mongering. You threw us out. You are the ones who do the hate mongering.
Don't pontificate to us on hate mongering. You are known for hate mongering.
Colonel Cole,
you are an extension of Jamaat Islami.
Please calm down. Please calm down.
If you want
Mr. Firdaus Tak.
Mr. Firdaus Tak. This is not it.
Mr. Firdaus Tak, tell me one thing.
No, he cannot.
How can you accept
Anand, he cannot accuse us.
No. Mr. Firdaus Tak, please. Mr. Firdaus Tak, before you point fingers at Rashni Kher and Colonel Cole, may I ask you, sir? May I ask you, sir? May I ask you, sir? May I ask you, Mr. Firdaus Tak? Mr. Firdaus Tak, may I ask you, do you or do you not believe? You're an advocate, you're a learned person. Do you or do you not believe that actions speak louder than words? Do you or do you not believe it is more important to walk the talk?
But
do you or do you not agree that in the last 7 days, in the first 7 days of this new government and the Chief Minister in charge, Mr. Firdaus Tak, tell me one step which is in line with the democratic process or the democracy that is India, one step with the promise of good governance, and one step that you have said that should be priority in terms of rehabilitation of the people of Jammu and Kashmir and also bringing the state back on its feet. What has been taken? All that the Chief Minister has spoken is praise Pakistan, thank militants and release separatists. Sir, how is it in line with the nationalism, the patriotism, the respect for the democracy and Constitution of India that you claim to have? So that's the question they're asking. We are not asking you. We are not saying that you are not a nationalist. We are saying where is the talk? There is the talk, but where is the walk? Where are the actions, sir?
No, am I allowed?
Yes, Mr. Tak.
Yes, thank you.
Coming to you, Brajesh Kallappa, please wait.
I'm allowed to complete. I'm allowed to complete.
Yeah.
Two things. One, you say democratic setup. What is the meaning of democracy for all of us? We have been cherishing, we have been celebrating the participation of people.
Sir, before democracy comes the Constitution of India, because the democratic process is set under the Constitution of India, sir, and respect for the Constitution. Yes, sir.
Kindly allow me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kindly allow me to speak.
I'm just setting the premise clear, sir.
We have celebrated the large participation. Kindly allow me to speak. We have celebrated the large participation of people of Kashmir Valley in the election process.
Correct.
We have said the people have reposed their faith on the democratic setup.
Correct.
Now, what is the democracy? The process stops there.
Sir,
people vote
sorry to interrupt
for
again.
a particular party. They are voted.
Sorry to interrupt again, Mr. Tak. Sorry to interrupt again, Mr. Tak.
You are not allowing me to speak.
Yeah, no, I'll come back to you. You will only speak, sir. You will only speak, sir. But please listen to me. When you say that you are congratulating the people of Jammu and Kashmir for participating in the democratic process, it is the people of Jammu and Kashmir. It is not those who boycotted these elections and called for a boycott of the elections. It is not separatists. It is not those people who do not believe in the Constitution of India. It is not those people who are hate-mongering and have unleashed a war against the democracy that is India. Sir, it is those people who have participated in this democracy. So what you have to talk for is for those people, sir.
My perspective. If you don't want me to
yes, Mr. Tak.
It's your choice.
Yes,
but
Mr. Tak.
Kindly allow me to speak. Democracy, when we are celebrating democracy, we are congratulating people of Jammu and Kashmir that they have participated in the election process.
Yeah.
They have not.
So you are saying those who have participated in the election process. You are congratulating those. Yes, sir.
Kindly don't interrupt me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am losing my words.
Yes, sir.
We are congratulating people of Jammu and Kashmir that they have participated for the elections.
Correct.
Good.
Correct.
Now, how we have to carry forward this democratic setup?
You tell me, sir.
To strengthen the trust of the people on the democratic institutions.
Correct.
We have to tell the people kindly now, because you have trusted us, you have reposed your faith on the democracy. Now it is our turn to pay back.
Correct.
We have to pay back to the people.
So are you trying to pay back separatists for the trust in the democracy, sir?
We have to minimize the
No, are you trying to pay back separatists? Are you trying to pay back separatists for trust in the democratic system of India, sir?
Anand, was this the trade-off for the elections, that you allow the elections to go through and we'll release you? Was this the trade-off to the elections, that you get us voted into power and we'll release you?
Correct.
So that you can continue
Let's ask Mr. Tak.
Colonel
Call, let's ask that to
jail.
Let's
That
ask
is
Mr.
what
Tak.
democracy means.
Mr. Tak.
Democracy means that Firdaus Tak is an Indian just because he is not. He is
correct.
Firdaus, his
But
name is
Masarat
Firdaus.
Alam is
It
not,
doesn't
sir.
mean he is not an
Masarat
Indian.
Alam is not.
That is what
Masarat Alam does not
means.
believe in the Constitution of India.
Alam
Masarat
is
Alam
not
has
an
challenged the
Indian, or
democracy.
he is an
He has
Indian.
worked against the
Anand, can I
Constitution
make
of
a
India
point,
and the
please?
people
That
of
is
India.
what- Anand,
He
can
has
I
worked
make a
against
point?
those who are part of this democratic
That
process,
is-
Mr.
that-
Tak. And Colonel
You
Call is
have
right
to
in
allow
asking
the
you.
law to take its own course.
No, sir.
have
You
to
allow the
allow
law
the
to
law
take
to
its own
take its
course.
own course.
But you please don't decide what course it
Yes.
will take. You please don't decide what course
Who
it
will
will take.
decide?
And Colonel Call has asked you a question, sir. Was there a trade-off?
Anand,
can I-
Sir, was there a...
Home Minister is
Sir,
not going
Colonel
to
Call is
decide.
asking you a
Somebody
straightforward
sitting in
question,
Delhi
and I'm
has to
repeating
decide
that,
what
Mr.
Jammu
Tak, with all due respect, I'm repeating what Colonel Call asked you just a short while ago. Was there a trade-off or was there an agreement between the PDP and the separatist leaders and the Hurriyat, saying that you allow us to participate in the democratic system, you allow us to come to power, and we will set you free, and we'll let you do what you want?
यही तो परेशानी है. हमारे और सेपरेटिस्ट के बीच में कभी अंतर ही नहीं रखा गया. देश में हम तो देश का झंडा उठा के घूम रहे हैं और हमें
सर आप देश का झंडा उठाइए ना. आप उनकी वकालत क्यों कर रहे हैं? आप हुर्रियत और सेपरेटिस्ट की वकालत क्यों कर रहे हैं? मैं आपसे सीधा सवाल यही पूछ रहा हूं. सर 70% जम्मू एंड कश्मीर ने जाके जो वोट दिए थे उसमें ये हुर्रियत, ये सेपरेटिस्ट, ये ट्रेटर्स नहीं थे सर.
लेकिन
आप उनके लिए क्यों बैटिंग कर रहे हैं?
कटघरे में खड़ा करेंगे. आप अगर हर बार हमें कटघरे में खड़ा करेंगे
सर, ये हमारा
तो
काम
आप
है,
उन
क्योंकि आपने वादा किया था, आपने जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम से वादा किया था गुड गवर्नेंस का, आपने उनसे फिर से पथराव का वादा नहीं किया था, आपने उनसे फिर से अनरेस्ट का वादा नहीं किया था।
आनंद, वर्ल्ड कप के असर से पहले ओवर में ही इनकी सारी विकेटें गिर गई हैं, 72 ओवर कहां खेलेंगे ये?
Yes, Brajesh Kalapa.
नहीं, देखिए हमने
Anand, allow me to make a point.
Coming to you, Rashni Kher, Brajesh Kalapa has been waiting for a bit.
Yeah,
Mr. Tak, going to Brajesh Kalapa. Yes, Brajesh Kalapa.
Okay. Please.
I'd only like to make 2 points. One is in regard to what Mr. Sheshadri Chari said. He said that the PDP is not a friend, but of course they're not enemies also. Essentially what he means that they are frenemies. They are both friends and enemies.
Just like the Congress,
I must take him back to the time of 1989.
Just like the Congress,
when the BJP was supporting
just
the
like
VP
the Congress,
Singh government. And at
Brajesh
that
Kalapa.
time, Mr. Mufti Mohammad Sayeed saw to it that 5 terrorists were released. At that time, the BJP did the very same thing.
Correct.
They sat in the sidelines and shouted.
And I've had the Congress spokesperson today say that separatists like Syed Ali Shah Gilani are good people.
And insofar as... No, please. If there is something against Syed Ali Shah Gilani, the central government must take action today.
Why shouldn't the state government take action? Why shouldn't the state government take action? Masarat Alam Bhatt from 2010 was behind bars. Why was he kept behind bars only under PSA? Why weren't the cases fast-tracked? Why didn't the NC Congress government ensure that the cases were fast-tracked and he was convicted in time? Why didn't the Congress NC government take action against all these militants come political prisoners?
If there is anything against him, if he's not a political prisoner, if he was not a political prisoner, I urge you today also take action against him. We have no objection.
Political prisoner or not, sir, if he had cases against him, the National Conference Congress government could have ensured that these cases were fast-tracked and he was brought to book and he was convicted. But that was not done. Thrice he was out on bail between 2010 and 2015. That was during Omar Abdullah Congress regime. Right, he was out on bail. Why was he allowed out on bail? Why weren't the cases fast-tracked against him? Why didn't the government ensure at that time? So please, yes, Rashni
I will tell you.
Yes, Rashni, wait on Brajesh Kalapa. Don't have too much of time, so getting Rashni Kher also in. Yes, Rashni Kher.
If Brajesh is done, let me tell Brajesh that Bitta Karate was a terrorist. He has accepted on tape killing 40 Kashmiri Pandits. If he hasn't seen this tape, I will send it to him. So please don't say we did not release terrorists. But I do not have anything more to say to him. But I have something to say to both PDP as well as BJP. In the elections, Hurriyat kept saying that anybody who votes will be considered a traitor. Syed Salahuddin, Pakistan-based Hizbul Mujahideen head, said that anybody who would vote is a traitor. The people of Jammu and Kashmir did not listen to them. 65% people voted. Now, I don't see a reason why BJP should support this PDP who is intent on speaking to these very people who the people of Jammu and Kashmir have discarded, for once and for all. They have by voting, they have told them that you are not welcome. We do not trust you. And these people are not beyond 4 police stations, and that too in downtown. What is the point of releasing terrorists? What is the point of speaking to them and insisting on the central government, please
sir, the point is very clear.
Pakistan,
sir, at
then
this
we
point,
will form this government.
Sir,
they are dictating foreign policy as well as home policy to BJP, and unfortunate as it may be.
And it should not be acceptable for anybody, sir. It should not be acceptable to anybody. It should not be acceptable to anybody. Gentlemen, this debate will continue.
Anand, I'll just take 10 seconds.
Yes, Colonel Saab, I have to wind up way over time.
Last statement of Rashni Kher. Mr. Sheshadri Chari may well correct me if I'm wrong. Is this script being written in Washington? Sir.
I don't know who asked that question. I hope it is
Colonel Call.
Brajesh Kalapa.
Colonel Call asked this question. Sheshadri Chari.
As far as the Jammu, Colonel Call, I can say that the script, wherever it is being written, I am not concerned as to where the script is being written, but the script is wrong, and anyone who is going to act on the basis of this new script,
sir, pull the plug.
is
Pull
going
the
to
plug,
land
sir.
not only Jammu
Walk
and
the
Kashmir
talk.
but also the whole country in
Don't
trouble.
deal with
Sir,
anti-nationals.
Therefore-
the humble request to the
Then
BJP
come
is
out in
Sir, they are
denial and come out in
that
denial.
you are
and
making
condemn
noise
them and
around
say
what
you
the
don't
PDP
have
is doing.
Sir, come out of the
Rein in the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, sir, because you are an important part of that alliance. The PDP is there in power in Jammu and Kashmir. Mr.
Don't
Mufti
carry
Mohammad
snake
Sayeed is
around
Chief
your
Minister
head,
because
sir.
the BJP is supporting him. So the BJP
Walk
has
out
to
on
be an
them,
able
sir. Walk
ally
out on them if that is the case.
and
you
an ally
also
that
have
does not
28
allow the
MLAs.
PDP to steer away from the path and the promise that was made to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Those who participated in the democracy and that is India and respected the constitution of India, not hate mongers and traitors like Masarat Alam. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on the debate this evening on the Sunday 9 p.m. Way over time. Thank you very much.